Ever felt that little bit of panic, staring at a transport map in a foreign city, knowing you have to get somewhere, and the language just feels like a wall?
Oh, absolutely. It's a really common feeling. That moment where getting from A to B suddenly feels like a huge challenge.
Yeah, exactly. We heard about the student actually who missed a really important visa interview, all because they asked for the airplane bus.
Instead of the airport express.
Oh no. Right. A
Yeah.
simple mix up. But it cost them $200 for a rescheduling fee. It just shows, doesn't it? Getting transport language right really matters.
It absolutely does. And
Yeah.
it's not just anecdotal. There was a Cambridge study, I think last year, 2023.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it found that like 73% of language learners feel anxious specifically about using public transport. It's a real thing.
73%. Wow. That's huge.
It is. It tells you it's more than just general language skills. There's specific vocabulary, specific situations.
Okay, so that's our mission for this deep dive then. We're not going to bore you with grammar rules.
No, definitely
Uh,
not.
This is about practical skills. Transport English as like a survival tool, whether you're just visiting or moving somewhere new.
Exactly. Giving you the essential phrases and know how to navigate confidently.
And to do that, we've looked at, well, quite a range of stuff. Info on transport systems themselves, different countries, plus analysis on where learners tend to get stuck.
Focusing on the language that actually helps you get around.
Right. So let's start this journey. What you notice pretty fast is that catching a bus in London isn't quite the same as hopping on one in Tokyo or, say, Berlin.
Definitely. Each place has its own little quirks, its own unwritten rules, and often its own essential phrases you kind of need to know.
It's not just about avoiding getting lost either, is it? It's also about showing a bit of awareness, respecting the local way.
Yeah, it smooths the whole experience. Take the UK, London specifically. The tube,
Ah, the
you
tube.
constantly hear that announcement, right? Mind the gap.
You do. It's so distinctive. We should probably even play a clip of that somewhere.
We should. And it's not just a random saying. It's because some of those old platforms are curved.
Oh, right. So there literally is a gap.
Exactly. A physical gap between the train and the platform edge. So the warning is very practical, born out of the tube's history.
Makes sense. Okay, let's jump over to Japan. A totally different vibe.
A very different vibe. You might see bus drivers actually bowing to passengers.
Really? Bowing?
Yeah, as you get on or off.
Hmm?
And you'll often hear arigato gozaimasu thanking you.
Wow. That's lovely. Speaks volumes about the culture, doesn't it? That level of politeness in an everyday thing like catching a bus.
It really does. It's ingrained.
Okay, and then maybe Germany. What's key there?
Well, in Germany, buying the ticket isn't always the end of it. You often have to validate it.
Validate. How?
There are usually little machines, often yellow or orange, near the platforms or entrances. You stick your ticket in, it gets stamped. The phrase you'll hear or see is, "Entwerten Sie Ihre Fahrkarte." Okay? So validate your ticket. Exactly. And if you don't, you could get fined, even if you technically bought a ticket. It has to be validated before you travel.
Right. So it's about knowing the process, not just having the ticket.
Precisely. It's a whole system you need to understand.
Okay, so we're seeing these local differences. Let's dig into vocabulary now, especially the UK versus US English thing. This is where it can get a bit confusing.
Oh, yeah. This catches so many people out. You think you know the word, but it means something slightly different.
Okay, classic example. You want a ticket to go somewhere and come back in the UK,
You ask for a return ticket. Simple.
but in the US.
You need a round-trip ticket. Return ticket might just get you a confused look.
See, same journey, totally different phrase. Seems small, but it could stop you in your tracks at the ticket counter.
It really could.
Mm.
And it shows how even within English, you need that specific regional awareness.
What about long distance buses? Say, London to Manchester.
In the UK, you'd probably call that a coach. You book a seat on the coach.
Right. But coach in the US.
Usually means a sports coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe the cheaper seats on a plane.
Yeah. So what do they call the vehicle?
Generally just a bus, like a Greyhound bus,
Yeah.
even for long distances.
So asking for the coach station in the US might send you looking for a sports team's bus depot or something.
Potentially, yeah. Or just blank stares. Vocabulary
It
matters.
really does. Okay, speaking of which, let's do a quick check, a little quiz for you
Hmm.
listening.
Right.
Is an Oyster card A, a London public transport payment method, or B, a special tool used for preparing sushi in Tokyo?
Ah, okay, think about it. Oyster card. London or Tokyo?
Short pause. Okay, got your answer. It is, of course, A, the contactless payment card for London's transport system.
Yeah. Hopefully no one's trying to eat theirs.
Well, let's hope not. But it's a good example, isn't it?
Mm.
Very specific name tied to a specific place.
Exactly. Like the Metro card in New York or the Suka card in Japan. Local knowledge.
Okay, so you know some words. Now, the really practical bit, actually buying a ticket, asking for directions or help. Let's picture it. You're at the train station window.
Right. The moment of truth, putting the language into action.
The agent looks up. Maybe
Yeah.
they say single or return.
And now you know, if you want to come back, you say,
Return, please. Then maybe you need more info. How long is it valid?
good question. And the agent might say, 1 month. Platform 3, mind the gap.
See? It all comes together, those phrases we talked about in a real exchange.
That role play makes it much easier to imagine yourself doing it, I think. Makes it less intimidating.
Definitely. And it's not just what you say, but how you say it. Pronunciation matters for being understood. Let's try a couple.
Good idea.
How about the U.S. Capitol Subway? Washington Metro. Learners sometimes struggle. A natural way might sound more like Washington Metro. Or even faster, maybe.
Yeah, maybe even slurring it a bit like locals do. Washington Metro, getting that rhythm helps.
And a super useful question frame, does this go to, but said quickly, it often sounds like, do these go do?
Doozies go do Main Street.
Exactly. Does these go do the airport? You just slot in your destination. It's a lifesaver.
Practicing those little pronunciation tweaks can make a huge difference in being understood quickly.
Totally. Oh, and here's a great tip before you even travel. Use Google Maps Street View.
Oh, yeah. How so?
You can basically do a virtual walk around of the stations, the bus stops, the airports you'll be using.
Ah, I see. So you get familiar with the layout, the signs.
Exactly. It's like a practice run without leaving your house. Takes away some of that arriving blind feeling.
That's actually a brilliant idea. Low stress reconnaissance.
Right. Okay, so you've bought your ticket, you've asked for the platform, now you're faced with departure boards, signs. Let's call this the decoding challenge.
Because reading those signs and screens is a whole skill in itself, isn't it?
It really is. Imagine you're looking at a departure board. Maybe it's a photo you took or one you found online. Let's say it shows platform 5 at a time. Maybe the destination is a bit blurry or abbreviated.
Okay.
The challenge for you listening is, can you figure out which train is yours? Say the one going to Manchester. You have to scan, interpret, maybe make an educated guess based on the time.
It forces you to actively process that visual information, just like you would in a busy station, picking out the key bits.
Exactly. Now, let's talk colors on those boards. You often see green, yellow, red lights or symbols next to services.
Ah, yes, the status indicators. Pretty universal, these ones.
Generally, green means
On time. Good to go.
yellow
Delayed. Keep an eye on it for updates.
and red.
Usually canceled, unfortunately. Time to find an alternative.
Knowing just those 3 colors can tell you so much at a glance.
Definitely saves you asking staff unnecessarily sometimes.
And another phrase you might see, especially on signs in the UK, is a light here.
A light sounds a bit formal, doesn't it?
It does, but it just means get off here. Exit the train or bus at this stop. So if you see a light here for the museum, that's your cue.
Good one to know. Just another way of saying exit.
Okay, quick sound exercise. Imagine we play you 3 different, the next station is announcements. One from, say, the New York subway, one from the Paris metro, one from the Tokyo JR line.
What are we listening for?
Not just the words, but the tone, the accent, the clarity, how different transport systems deliver that key information audibly.
Ah, tuning your ear to the different sounds of transport globally. Nice idea.
Right. Now, let's get real. Things don't always go perfectly to plan, do they?
Rarely. Sometimes. You need to be ready for hiccups, transport emergencies, small or large.
So, knowing a few key phrases for when things go wrong is crucial, can save a lot of stress.
Absolutely. Damage control language.
Okay, scenario one. You're on a train, look out the window, and realize, oops, wrong train. What do you say?
Okay, deep breath. Find a conductor or staff member. The key phrase is, "Excuse me, I need to get to," and state your actual destination. Then ask, "Where should I transfer?" Or, "What should I do?"
Good one. And here's a pro tip. Whip out your phone, show them the map with your destination pin.
Oh yeah, visual aids are great. Cuts through language barriers instantly.
Exactly. Okay, scenario two. Ticket trouble. You're trying to tap your contactless card or feed bills into the machine and nothing. It's not working.
Happens all the time. Simple phrase needed. My contactless isn't working. Or, the machine isn't taking my card money. Then the crucial follow-up. Where's the ticket office? Or, can I pay you the driver? Depending on the situation.
Gets you pointed towards a human who can hopefully sort it out.
Exactly. Find the person.
Final scenario, more serious. You see another passenger who looks really unwell. Maybe they've collapsed.
Right. This needs a clear, direct phrase. And it's pretty universal.
Which is?
Is there a doctor on board?
Mm.
Or maybe just shouting for help, asking staff to call for medical assistance. The key is immediate action.
Is there a doctor on board? Good one to have locked away, just in case.
Hopefully you never need it, but yeah, being prepared gives peace of mind.
Okay, shifting gears slightly. It's not just about words and signs. It's also about, well, the unwritten rules, the cultural stuff, how not to make a faux pas.
Yes. Transport etiquette. This varies hugely around the world.
Let's go back to London's tube. What's the vibe there, generally?
Keep yourself to yourself, mostly. Avoid making lots of direct eye contact with strangers. It's not unfriendly, it's just respecting personal bubbles in a crowded space.
Right. Keep your head down, read your book or phone.
Pretty much. Now, contrast that with Japan again. What's crucial there, especially regarding seats?
Oh, priority seating. Absolutely. Give those up for elderly people, pregnant women, people with disabilities. It's expected.
It's deeply ingrained. A sign of respect, not doing it would be seen as quite rude.
Okay. How about the U.S.? Anything specific, maybe on buses?
A common one is about food. Try not to eat really smelly food on enclosed public transport, like buses or subways.
The hot food on the bus problem. Yeah. That tuna melt might need to wait.
Exactly. It's just about being considerate of the shared space and other people's noses.
And what about conversation topics? Anything to avoid?
Well, again, in London, chatting to a stranger on the commute. Fine, maybe about the weather, but asking them how much they earn.
Oh, definitely not. Way too personal. Big no-no.
Right. Very private topic in that context. And somewhere like Dubai, there are specific cultural sensitivities, especially around gender.
Such as?
For instance, a man shouldn't really approach a woman he doesn't know directly to offer financial help, even if she looks like she needs it. There are more appropriate channels or ways to assist that respect local customs.
Important to be aware of those nuances.
Very. And just a fun one, Sweden. Some trains there have.
What?
Silent carriages.
Seriously, like completely silent.
Yep. No talking, no loud music, phones on silent. Complete quiet zone.
Wow. I can see the appeal, actually.
Me too.
Yeah.
Need to find one of those next time I'm commuting.
Okay, we've covered so much. I bet people listening have some specific questions buzzing around now. So let's tackle a few common ones in a listener Q&A section.
Good idea. These are probably things many people wonder about.
First up, Wi-Fi. Everyone wants Wi-Fi, right? How do you ask?
Simple and polite. Is there passenger Wi-Fi on this train or on this bus?
Perfect. Covers all bases. Next, finding lifts or elevators for accessibility.
Key difference here again between UK and US English.
Right. In the UK, you'd ask.
Where's the lift, or where's the accessible entrance?
In the US.
Where's the elevator? Or, again, where's the accessible entrance? Knowing both lift and elevator is super useful.
Definitely covers you in more places. Okay, a serious and important one. What if you experience or witness harassment? How do you report it?
You need to be direct and find official help.
Mm-hmm.
The phrase is, I need to speak with transport police. or security personnel.
I need to speak with transport police. Clear, direct, gets the right attention.
Exactly. Crucial phrase to know, unfortunately.
And just a thought for the full version of this, maybe weaving in some short audio clips, listeners sharing their own funny or frustrating transport language moments.
Oh, that would be great. Hearing those real stories would make it even more relatable. Add a lot of color.
Yeah, something to consider. Okay, you've absorbed a ton of info. Now, the important part, making it stick. Time for our closing challenge. We're calling it the 7-day missions.
Okay, breaking it down into actionable steps. I like it. Helps embed the learning.
Mission, days 1 to 3. Practice those ticket buying dialogues. Remember, single or return. How long is it valid?
Do it loud.
Yeah. Stand in front of a mirror. Be the agent. Be the passenger. Say the lines. Get comfortable with the flow. Sounds silly, maybe, but it works.
It really does. Builds muscle memory for the language.
Mission, days 4 and 5. Study transport maps, even your local ones you think you know.
What's the goal there?
Look at the station names, the line colors, the interchanges. Get familiar with how the information is presented visually. Understand the system's logic.
Ah, decoding the maps language. Good one.
Mission, days 6 and 7. The slightly harder one. Grab a friend, partner, unwilling family member.
Uh-oh. What are they doing?
Role play the emergency scenarios.
The wrong train or ticket machine broken once.
Exactly. Practice saying, "Excuse me, I need to get to," or "My card isn't working." It feels awkward, but saying it out loud in a safe space makes it so much easier to recall if you actually need it.
That's true. Practice under pressure, even simulated pressure, is key. Reduces panic in the real situation.
Absolutely. So that's your 7-day challenge. Do it, and you'll feel a real difference.
Definitely worth the effort.
And that brings us pretty much to the end of this deep dive on transport English. We really hope you're feeling a bit more empowered now, ready to tackle those ticket machines and platform announcements.
Yeah, remember, it's not just about language. It's about confidence.
Yeah.
And knowing these phrases, understanding the systems, that builds confidence. It opens up your travel possibilities.
So next time you hear that final call announcement,
You'll know what it means.
exactly, you'll be sprinting for the gate, not trying to find the information desk because you misunderstood something. Thanks for diving deep with us.